Welcome back to the Shankly Sessions, the Liverpool podcast we bring you each and every week from the Dynamo Podcast Network. Head over to YouTube, smash that subscribe bell notification. Joining me tonight, my partner, Dean Fitz. How are we doing, Dean?
Could not be better, my man. We're home.
We're outside Anfield. We're going to deliver to you a Liverpool Brighton preview. Let's get into this straight away, but we're going to stroll around. We're going to go around, follow me all the way. We're right outside the boot room at the moment and everything.
Tilt that down and show them that wonderful.
Have a look at that house, boys. Look at the side of the building. Unbelievable. Let's do this anyway. Let's start walking. So Brighton, do you know?
Yeah, on the back of last week as well. You know, kind of the hope is that we just continue with the winning run. But yeah, the excitement level we've seen around the town all day, we've seen around the ground all day. A lot of people are over. Everyone is just talking about last week. But look, as great as last week was, it was last week. It's in the past. You know, tomorrow is the big test now. Brighton are having a decent enough season, so it's up to us now tomorrow to continue that. You know, I'd imagine that the ground is going to be hopping, absolutely buzzing. Hopefully we get that early goal, settle the nerves. And we were in the ground today doing the tour, and we looked at the seating layout on the Cop, and like we're within touching distance of the boys tomorrow. So it's going to be electric. Get that early goal. It's going to be emotional as well. I haven't been over here since that FA Cup game against Everton nearly 2 years ago. And when we done the tour today and we went around the museum, and the two of us had that little moment where, you know, it was very, very fucking emotional. Tomorrow, I have goosebumps thinking about now when You'll Never Walk Alone comes on and that banner goal gets unfurled across the top. Yeah, I know there's going to be tears in my eyes tomorrow, 100%. And people think like it's only a game of football, but I just feel something I never feel when I'm in Anfield.
It's panorama,
especially with this guy here behind me. The greatest to ever do it. It's funny that we're touching on that when we were talking about this guy, Bill Shankly, when we were doing the tour today, and the guy Lenny doing the tour with us. When we got to Bill Shankly, like, you kind of put it into perspective. As great as this man was, on paper he's not the greatest man to ever do it for Liverpool, and it was explained, and I'm not going to go into detail. People who are going to do the tour, it will be explained to them in finer detail, but
he was
this
the foundation.
This is the guy that was the foundation, along with Bob and Joe Fagan. You know, yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. Standing here outside Anfield and being so quiet, and it's real eerie, like there's nobody around, and it's mad to think that, like, what time are we at now? We're almost 9 p.m. Like in 12-15 hours time, it's going to be absolutely hopping here. You're going to have all the bars around here, going to be electric, the kids going around in full voice. Just buzzing, mate, absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, it's going to be absolute quality. What about Brighton? These are a serious team under Graham Potter, aren't they? They could cause us a bit of trouble.
Yeah, just looking at their form. On paper, the last 6 games, they've won 2, they've drawn 3, and they've lost 1. All competitions, won 1, drawn 3, and lost 2. You know, looking at the form guide, and you would be thinking that Liverpool at home, but for me, you get the feeling off a lot of Liverpool fans talking to them, like it's not a foregone conclusion. You know, It's an acid test tomorrow. They're doing decent enough in the league. We're doing what we have to do. When we talked about before the season started about how, you know, not bringing any big names, I'm happy enough with the way the season is going, but you know, to me, Brighton tomorrow was like playing Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, Chelsea, Man City. You know, it's the next big game in this season, and we have to win. It's as simple as that. You can't afford to drop any points. So look, I'm absolutely buzzing. But yeah, Graham Potter done a fantastic job. They've got some very, very good players. Neil Maupay, Lallana coming back, Pascal Gross. You know, Shane Duffy, another Irishman. He's kind of found a new lease of life coming back after the misery at Celtic. But yeah, it's all building to a crescendo, and now I'm buzzing.
What about us? What do you think about us tomorrow?
Yeah, what do I need to say? Like, I've ran out of superlatives for half the players that are in the squad. Mo Salah is kind of
incredible.
You know, he's doing everything possible for the club. Mane is possibly going to come back in tomorrow. Jota is doing the business. Bobby's doing the business. Everybody stepped up, you know. I can't put my finger on anybody and say that they're not doing a job for the team this year. Everybody's kind of bunched in as one, and we talk about it every week, especially when results are going our way. We talk about it every week. You know, I cannot put my finger on any one player. Curtis Jones probably had one bad game, comes in the following week,
unreal
man the match. Naby Keita has a bad game, comes in the following week. These guys know what's on the line here. Fans know that the guys are all in as one, you know, and I think, as I said during the week, if we get success this season, in my opinion, this is the biggest achievement of Klopp's Liverpool career, with the money that's been pumped into all the other so-called big teams. But you know, I honestly, many times I'm at the saying it, but I'm just absolutely fucking living for tomorrow, man.
This is one of these games, very like the United game as well, where we have to lay down a marker there, you know. We have to press our game on them.
100%, but see, it's a kind of a lose-lose situation. If we go out and give Brighton a hiding tomorrow, I'm expecting us to go out and win comfortably tomorrow. But if we go out and beat Brighton tomorrow, you're going to have everybody saying the same thing. It's only Brighton. At the end of the day, you know, you have to be what's in front of you. Man United, you know, I don't have anybody other than probably ex-United players. You know, the gauntlet has been thrown at Ole now after last week. But the fact that it was Man United, it's kind of, I thought it was going to be made a bit more of than it was, and kind of by now it's kind of being put to bed. But if we go out tomorrow and do the same thing to Brighton, they'll be forgot about by Monday because it was only Brighton. Whereas Liverpool aren't even in fifth gear, we're probably in third, fourth at max. Games.
That's kind of what we want, isn't it? To play down all these performances.
But I talked about this a lot during the summer about, let us do what we have to do, but play it down.
Yeah.
All these bigger teams are pumping hundreds of millions into their squads and going about, because if Man City went down and hammered Man United 5-0, it'd be Pep Guardiola's team done this, done that. It's kind of irritating me that everything is just on how bad United have been under Ole. Nobody's given Liverpool credit for what we've done so far this season. You know, to be a point off Chelsea. Chelsea are going into a bit of a run now where they have some games coming up that they could possibly drop points. We're going into a run now where we've got the big teams out of the way. And I say big teams, but every game is a big game now. But we should be looking now as making air attack at going for the league title now.
Absolutely.
Starting tomorrow.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. I think, look, we've had some fantastic results already, but we have to kind of put those behind us now. Tomorrow's another day. It's another day at the office for the boys, and I think Klopp has the boys prepared that way. Not to be dwelling on what we did last week, because if you were to drop points tomorrow, then last week doesn't really mean a whole lot.
No, one thing I just want to touch on is the feel-good factor that's around the club at the moment. You see it from the outside looking in, but being around the city this weekend, being around the ground today, everybody's buzzing, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's crazy to think 5, 6, 7 years ago the misery that was kind of sitting on the shoulders of every Liverpool fan, and now even though we're expecting glory every week or every season, if it doesn't come, we're already thinking, look, what's coming next year. But obviously living for tomorrow.
What's the prediction for tomorrow?
Because we're here for the game, you obviously want to get carried away. I'm going to say 3-1.
3-1, yeah. I'm thinking
Mo Salah again.
I'm thinking 4-0.
I hope you're right.
Yeah,
either or I'll be happy with.
But listen, there wouldn't be a podcast in the Shankly sessions unless we panned around and showed everyone where we started and where we finish up. We're right here at the memorial. Never forget the 97. Always with us all the time. But till next time, guys, we'll leave you with that image. This has been the Shankly sessions preview. Liverpool versus Brighton. Come on, you red men.